Hey there, boys and girls. We've been missing you a lot, but I'm so glad that we can keep in touch with this digital learning and that you can continue to listen to good stories. I hope you've been taking advantage of listening to the video books that the teachers have been recording for you, and I hope that you've been reading as much as possible. I have a book for you today called The Thing About Spring. And as we read this story, we're going to be looking at the characteristics of spring. So I want you to be thinking about what is it about springtime that helps me to know that it is different from all of the other seasons of the year, of winter, fall, and summer. What makes spring stand out and to be different because now it is the season of spring. The Thing About Spring by Daniel Kirk. The world looks a little different today, Mouse said one bright morning. It smells different too, said Bird. There are buds on the trees and new colors in the sky, and I feel warm and happy. Me too, said Mouse. Spring is finally here. Hooray! Mouse and Bird hurried to share the good news with their friends. Rabbit was in the meadow, busy with a shovel and pail. What are you doing, Rabbit? Mouse called. Saving snow while I still can, Rabbit grumbled. We won't see any more of this until next year. But spring is coming, Bird chirped. Aren't you excited? So you can see that in contrasting these characters, obviously Rabbit is the one that he wants to hold on to the winter. He's loving the snow and he's not wanting to go into the new season, but Bird and Mouse are loving spring and the sunny weather and the new flowers that they're seeing in bloom, the grass and then the leaves on the trees. And so they're definitely ready for a new season. Excited, said Rabbit. Ha! The thing about spring is that I won't be able to follow my friends' tracks in the snow. Then I won't be able to find them. But now you won't be so cold, said Bird. And you won't have to look for me. I'll be right beside you. Me too, said Mouse. So again, Rabbit is worried about something. Here we contrast that Rabbit is worried about how is he going to be able to find his friends? Is he going to be left all alone? And so he wants things to stay the same. He can track them on their footsteps in the snow through the winter. But they say, look, you don't have to track us. We're going to be right here beside you. There's nothing to worry about. The thing about spring, said Rabbit, is that I won't be able to make snow bunnies anymore. I won't be able to build snow forts either. You know how much fun I have doing that. And I won't be able to make snowballs to throw at my favorite targets. But little shoots will grow out of the ground, Mouse said. So you won't have to look far to find delicious things to eat. What about all the things that I do for fun during the winter time? I won't have anything to do. I'm going to be bored. Do you ever get worried about being bored? Well, they've got answers to those questions too. It won't be bored. Don't worry about throwing snowballs and making snow forts. What about you're not going to have to go looking for food because the food is going to be growing and you're not going to have to take all of that time looking for your food anymore because it's going to be right in front of you. So everything that he has a problem with, they have a solution right there in front of him. The thing about spring, said Rabbit, is that Bear is waking up. You know how bad he smells at the end of a long winter. And I'm sure he's going to want a hug. Oh, Rabbit, oh, said Bear, with a yawn. Just because I'm a little stinky doesn't mean we can't share a big hug. I want a hug too, said Bird. Me three, said Mouse. Oh, but shoo, what about Bear? He stinks, he smells. Ew. Oh, but you know what? Even though people don't always smell the way that we like, we do love their hugs. And the teachers, oh, that's one of the things we're missing. We love the hugs that we're missing from all of our students. And that's something that Rabbit would miss out on is the hugs that he would get from Bear and Bird and Mouse. So he needs to remember that even though the bear might come out smelling a little bit bad from his cave time in hibernation, that he can always take a bath and then he'll get some hugs out of it. Good times, right? The thing about spring, said Rabbit, is that it rains when you're not expecting it. But rain brings out the flowers, said Mouse. And the worms, said Bird. And it makes you clean, said Bear, and ready for more hugs. But it rains when you're not expecting it. The weather does not always cooperate. We have had plenty of rain this spring, I know, and there have been days when you couldn't go outside and play. But hey, when you can't go outside and play, you can always stay in and read. Reading's always an option, isn't it? So let's see what our good friends have. When you can't go outside and rain, they said, what about the beautiful flowers? The rain brings those beautiful flowers to grow. And they bring plants growing, plants that the insects and the bugs, they need them. They bring worms so that the animals can eat them. And then I have this cute little picture of an owl with the umbrella to remind you that not only do the plants and the farms need the rain, not only does the ground need the rain, but the animals benefit from the rain. People benefit from the rain. So don't wish away all the rain, even though it means that you can't necessarily go outside while it's raining, but it's a good day. Rain is for a good day. We need all of it. The thing about spring, said Rabbit, is that when the days get longer, the nights get shorter. And I am a cranky bunny when I don't get enough sleep. But in the spring, we need more daytime because there are so many things to do, said Bird. In the spring, I love to make loop-de-loops and race the clouds through the sky, said Bird. In the spring, I love to nibble tasty buds and dig tunnels in the soft pine needles, said Mouse. In the spring, I love to splash in the lake and dance in the sun, said Bear. Spring is wonderful. And then he says, well, in the spring, the nights get so short that I don't get enough rest. So I guess he needs his beauty rest, huh? Well, if he doesn't get enough rest, he needs to consider, well, that means the day is longer and you get to do so much during your day. You get to fit all kinds of jam-packed fun stuff into your day. Everything you want to do. And then Bird and Mouse go on and Bear tell him about the things that they love to do in the springtime. The thing about spring, said Rabbit, is that all the animals chatter on, and the racket hurts my ears. I'll try to be more quiet, whispered Bird. Me too, whispered Mouse. Me three, whispered Bear. But it's hard not to make a little noise. When spring is here! All right, Rabbit sighed. I suppose no one can stop the seasons from changing. But the thing about spring is that when I stomp around so much and the sun is so warm, it makes me really thirsty. Me too, said Bear. I think we're all a little thirsty. Well then, said Rabbit, you should be glad I saved some snow. Look inside my pail. The thing about spring is that it's full of surprises. What do you think is in his pail? It's wonderful, Bird cheeped. Now that spring is here, the snow has turned to water. It's like the winter gave us a present before it went away, said Mouse. I found some cups, Rabbit said. Dip in. It will be our last taste of winter. And our first sip of spring, said Bird. Here's to spring, said Bear. I think it's going to be great. Me too, said Bird. Me three, said Mouse. The friends looked at Rabbit. Oh, all right, he said. Me four. Spring is here. Hooray! Spring is here. We see the characteristics of spring around us. We've noticed them throughout the story. And we have contrasted how Rabbit as one character and Bear, Mouse, and Bird as the other characters have contrasted the ways that they look at spring. And I think by the end of the story, you would agree that possibly they have changed the way that Rabbit feels about springtime. And just maybe he's ready for spring because, as you see, Bear is saying spring is here. So I hope that you enjoy this story about springtime.